On behalf of Metasport, we welcome you to the beautiful island of Bintan for the 2017 Bintan Triathlon. We look forward to bringing you an exciting weekend of sport, beach fun, and family festivities. The following information is a shortened briefing provided to prepare you for the event. Additional information is available in the race booklet contained in your race kit, the e-briefing you have received by email, and the event website www.bintantriathlon.com. You will receive all the items you require for the event in your race kit. These items are listed here. Only athletes with a safety bracelet and bikes with a bike flag attached to the seat post are allowed to access the transition area. Athletes must have the timing chip strapped on their left ankle before entering the start area. Timing splits and finish times are not guaranteed if you do not wear the timing chip. The race kit for teams includes the same items, except for additional safety bracelets. All team members must wear a safety bracelet. Swimmers wear the swim cap. Cyclists, 1 number bib, helmet sticker, and bike sticker, and runners 1 number bib. The timing chip must be transferred between relay team members after each leg of the race at the team's respective bike rack in the transition area. A complete event schedule is available at the information tent, in the race booklet, and online. Transition opens at 7:45 a.m. for sprint athletes, closes at 9 a.m., and only opens again at 11 a.m. once all athletes have started the run. Men start the race at 9 a.m., with women and relay teams starting at 9:10 a.m. Body marking and bag drop are located beside the transition area. We recommend you arrive on site 1 hour in advance to allow yourself plenty of time to get prepared on race morning. Athletes who are on a Metasport day trip package will have buses waiting for them at BBT Ferry Terminal to take them straight to the venue. Your bikes will be transported separately. Athletes who are traveling independently can either take a taxi from the BBT Ferry Terminal or ride their bikes to the venue. For those athletes who wish to ride their bikes to the venue, we have arranged a Metasport representative to chaperone you. It is compulsory to cycle with the chaperone. Please meet outside the ferry terminal when you have collected your bike. When cycling, please be courteous to the sprint athletes who will be racing on the road. Cooperate with race marshals, ride single file, and stay far left. Be alert to ensure there are no accidents. Athletes must enter the start area across the start mat at the entry gate. The 1.5-kilometer Olympic distance swim is a 1-lap course in clear, calm waters. No currents or swell are expected. Race start is at the top of the tide, with little beach before entering the water. There are 4 large turn buoys on the course. The first 2 buoys should be kept on your left-hand side, with the 3rd and 4th buoys to be passed with the buoy on your right. Midway, swimmers must exit the water for a turn on the beach, marked by a 4-meter-tall pillar before re-entering the water. The sprint distance swim is a 750-meter out and back course completed in an anti-clockwise direction. Race start is during a low, incoming tide, and some current is expected near the turning point. Race start begins with a long run in and gradually gets deeper, suitable for dolphin diving. The course is completely roped off with many marker buoys and the earlier mentioned tall turn buoys. Stay within the marked swim course. Swimmers passing any of the buoys on the wrong side will be disqualified. A large contingent of water safety personnel will be on the water for your safety. Should you need assistance at any time during the swim, please raise one arm in the air and wait for assistance from the nearest water safety personnel. If you do not finish the swim, you are still allowed to continue the race, but will no longer rank in the results. Please take time pre-race to familiarize yourself with the flow of transition, noting your bike rack location, the bike and run exits, and the turnoff point to start the second lap of the run. The bike racks are numbered, marking each athlete's dedicated spot in transition. After exiting the swim, athletes pass under a shower and make the short run towards transition. Athletes proceed directly to their bicycles on the bike rack and prepare themselves for the bike leg. Helmets must be firmly fastened prior to lifting the bike off the rack. Athletes must then push their bike through the corridor from transition and across the bike mount line, which will be clearly identifiable by a yellow line on the road, signage, and volunteers. Returning from the bike leg, athletes must stop before the yellow dismount line and push their bikes back in transition. Athletes must keep their helmets strapped on until they rack their bike. The Bintan Triathlon bike course for both sprint and Olympic distance consists of a single lap of respectively 20 kilometers and 40 kilometers. The course is clearly marked with volunteers, directional signs, and distance markers. The elevation of the course varies between rolling hills and fast, flat sections. The road surface is mostly smooth tarmac with low rolling resistance. Here are a few areas on the bike course to take special note of. The bike starts with a deep slope. Have your bike in the right gear before you place it in transition. The roundabout at the entrance of Nirvana Gardens has cobblestones that are particularly slippery when wet. Around the 16-kilometer, please check, mark of the bike course, there are a series of road humps, some on downhills. The bike course has 2 golf buggy crossing points at the 17-kilometer and 18-kilometer marks. These are clearly marked. Please exercise caution through this area. The bike course has 1 aid station on the Olympic distance course located at the 19-kilometer mark. Water in 700-milliliter bike bottles will be available at the station. Please drop used water bottles and litter on the side of the road within 100 meters of the aid station only. The sprint distance course does not have an aid station. Athletes are expected to carry enough fluids for the duration of the bike course. This is a non-drafting event. Athletes must keep a distance of 3 bike lengths between their front wheel and the back wheel of the person immediately ahead. Athletes have 20 seconds to make a pass, and the athlete who is overtaken must then drop back immediately out of the draft zone. The non-drafting rule is enforced by draft marshal on motorbikes. They will hand out penalties to offenders without warning. Riding side by side is also not allowed and considered blocking. Penalties will also apply. Should you be issued a penalty on the bike course, your overall finish time will have a 2-minute time penalty applied to it. Please note that the bike course is not closed to traffic. Police and security will marshal key intersections and junctions. Ensure you are careful and pay attention to your environment. Warning signs are on the course to alert riders of upcoming speed bumps, buggy crossings, and sharp turns. Please look after yourself and your fellow cyclists. There will be some vehicle traffic on the race course and possibly some wildlife. Please be sure to stay on the left-hand side of the road and be aware at all times. Be sure to stay to the left-hand side of the road when cycling, unless overtaking. Your helmet must be worn throughout the cycle leg. It is also a requirement that you wear your race number bib visibly on your back for the duration of the bike leg. To ensure you stay hydrated, start the bike leg with 2 full drink bottles and keep drinking throughout the cycle. Be sure to look out for bike mount and dismount lines and listen to the advice from volunteers. You must have your upper torso covered for the duration of the bike leg. No headphones or music devices are permitted. The 5-kilometer run course twists and turns through the lush surroundings of Nirvana Gardens, across various terrain including concrete paths, tarmac road, gravel, and sand tracks. Olympic distance athletes will complete 2 laps, sprint distance just 1. The course is generally well shaded. The run course has generous cutoff times. Sprint distance athletes are not allowed to start the run after 11:30. Olympic distance athletes are not allowed to start a second lap after 17:30. Athletes cut off are sent directly to the finish line instead and will not rank in the results. The run course has 3 aid stations on each lap, located approximately every 1.5 kilometers apart. The locations of the aid stations and the products on offer are listed here. The aid station products will be offered in this order. Please be courteous and drop your litter near the aid station. Communicate loudly with volunteers prior to reaching the station with the products you require. Please ensure that you are wearing your number bib visibly on the front of your body during the run and that you have your upper torso covered at all times. Headphones are not permitted. Safety is our most important consideration, and experienced medical teams are integral to this. There will be medical personnel located at the swim start and exit, at the midway point on the bike, on the run course, and at the finish line. Bintan has a hot tropical environment, and heat injuries are a concern to us, especially for people who come from a cooler climate, haven't prepared themselves so well for the event, or who overexert themselves on race day. To prevent heat injury, be sure to adapt your race pace to match your fitness conditioning, level of acclimatization, and any recent illness. Ensure you hydrate frequently during the race and use every opportunity to cool down with the cold sponges and ice at the aid stations. If you experience excessive fatigue, a headache, giddiness, or confusion, please adapt your race pace and seek medical help. Also, if you see fellow participants showing signs of heat stroke, for example, not running straight or not being responsive, please tell the nearest marshal to call a doctor. From the team at Metasport, best of luck for your race, and we look forward to seeing you at the finish line.